And so, having said that, this reading is to see what is the fate of those who did magic against Chosen, who knew they shouldn't, who did magic against Chosen's family, their children, their parents, their relatives, who had done nothing wrong. 50, 20, 100 people more doing magic against one person. Do y'all think that's right? Hmm. Well, I tell you what. Let's see what the cards say. Let's see. So I pull 6 cards and then I pull an extra one for the collective. I'm getting better at this. This is my third read. I'm going to try to go faster as we go. I kind of go through and feel the energy. So that takes me about, I would say, 60 seconds. So please bear with me. I don't have any music. Yeah, magic was done against my phone that I played music on. And so I don't have music now. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Where are we going? Ah, okay, first card on the board. Second card on the board. Third card on the board. Fourth card on the board. Fifth card on the board. Sixth card on the board. Card for the collective. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got going. All right. So I'm gonna move these over here so I can have a little more space. As y'all can see, I don't have that much space, but to be honest, it's comfortable. Up there, this here. Okay. All right. So first card on the board. Let's keep going. Let's get started. First card on the board is Charon, the Ferryman. Necessity, focus, and transition. I remember, okay, so I'm not sure if it's the same, but I remember hearing about a ferryman before, which would pick who would pick folks up and take them to another side, which would get them to safety. Let's see what this Sharon does. Okay. Let's see. Okay, the ferryman of the dead. Charon externally delivers his charges from one side of the river Styx to the other, unwavering in his devotion. He is unmoved by pleas or petitions, leaving judgment and pronouncements of innocence or guilt to others. Charon and his family, Charon and his fairy represent the necessary passage in this journey and the transition from one state of being to another. So the death card is the first card on the board. With no moral or ethical value attached to this change, this is the necessary step for good, for ill, or neither. It is left to us to find meaning in its completion. So it sounds like Charon is taking you to be judged. He is not the judge. He has no skin in the game. He just takes you from the living side to the dead side. He delivers you. Says he is unmoved by pleas or petitions, leaving judgment and pronouncements of innocence or guilt to others. Death card is on the board. And judgment. He's taking you for judgment. There's a transition. Many in these cults doing this magic, this spell work. That was not aligned, that was not due. Many transitioned out of this third dimension plane due to magic that they had cast, which bounced back to them. Not hundreds, but thousands. Charon has been very busy over the last 3 years and will likely continue to be busy. And he's letting me hear them beg. They all beg, is what he says. As if they have been sent to the wrong place. He says he does not judge, but he can see who they were. Okay. So Charon is on the board. He's deaf. And he is taking people for judgment. Okay. Second card. Marty R. Marty R. Matron of the blind. Honesty, shame, and restitution. Marty R. She yesterday or the day before. She's come up before. It was yesterday. Yeah, she helps people. Because she is doing her restitution for crimes that she has committed. Okay, before I didn't show you guys Charon. There's Charon. There he is getting across the river. You see him? There's no one in the boat at this time. Everyone has been delivered. Okay, so that was Charon. Marty R. Here she is. See how she has blood on her hands? So she's doing her own restitution, her shame. But there she is. Can you see her hands? And on the back wall, there's blood on the wall. See that? Okay, so let's see what Marty R. I believe that she offers help, but she's also doing restitution for the things that she has done. That's why you see blood on her hands. And Marsola, the affliction of blindness represents blindness of the soul. Mortals who in this life believe themselves extremely keen sighted may find themselves so stricken upon their death if they live their lives in ignorance and delusion. Their actions untampered by pity and compassion. It is the task of Marty R to care for those souls, to guide them to reflection upon their sins. Oh, she helps you see what you could not see because you were in the midst of it. Shame at their previous selves. And restitution through thoughtful service and care for others. Once such a soul can see their own faults, weaknesses, and the effects of one's actions on others clearly and truly atone for them, only then can the blindness be cured. So you're blind to what you have done. So she helps you to see your wicked ways. The Marty R invites us to look clearly upon ourselves and our deeds and see the blindness in our souls so that we may not be externally stricken. So, just so you know, Marty is an angel. If you look closely, you can see her wings. See that? She's an angel, maybe even a fallen. Her face is covered. I'm going to tune in a little bit. So she was an earth angel. It's like she's saying that she had a liking to blood. She's not certain why. But in her defense, she looked for people who deserved it, who had um, who needed penitents, like people who had done wrong to others. Because her gifts began to activate and she could see if people were good or bad, and people that had done awful things, then she became the judge and the jury. She just believes that she got carried away, and that is why she walks where she walks and helps people out, because she has an understanding of how it is to come to this plane and get lost in all of the lower energy opportunities. And she is able not to judge. She says to me, like you say, just observe, no judgment. Okay. I told her, thank you for sharing your story. I may not, I'm going to do my due diligence to remember it. If I don't, please do not be offended. She said she would not be offended. She doesn't have time to be offended. She said they are so busy. There's so many. They're coming in droves. I'm just shaking my head. Okay. I'm backing out now. And that is what that is. Ashe. So that's Marty's story. That is why she is there. And she is, her penance is to help others who come understand their wicked ways. And yes, she is a fallen angel. And it's like there's feathers. It's so interesting. See the top of her head? How there's feathers? It's almost like she has, it's almost like how when people are enlightened and they have that round thing above their head, hers is like that, but it's now dark and it has feathers in it. Yeah. All right, y'all, that's Marty R. Okay, we're moving on to the next. Anubis. Arbiter of truth, preservation, neutrality, and obligation. Look at Anubis. The light, he's got the light in his hands. Okay. Anubis is not playing. All right. Our arbiter of truth, Anubis. Yeah. So I would put money on it. I'm not sure, but it starts off with Wild Osiris. So I'm wondering if one of these cards is going to be Osiris. Because with this deck, when I pull someone's deck and it says someone else, I end up having that person's card as well. So, um, let's see. What does it say? While Osiris is the master of Duat, no figure is more associated with its purpose than Anubis. I feel like it says duat, but they're talking about duality. But let me just keep reading. He is the arbiter of the trials, the final judge, and the guardian of the sacred tombs. In the trials, he weighs the hearts of the dead against the feathers known as truth. I wonder if Marty carries the feathers known as truth. See the feathers against Marty Ars? She's got the 3 feathers. And he, uh, Anubis, he weighs the hearts of the dead against the feathers known as the truth, even handedly pronouncing the judgment of the scales upon each petitioner. So here's another death card. We have 2 death cards on the board. Anubis preserves that which must not be forgotten and serves as a reminder that when we are called upon to give judgment, it is a matter of truth rather than inclination. Neutrality and duty are called for rather than yielding to one's passions. So, judgment. Judgment is coming for you. I have said that in many readings over the last year, many posts on my Instagram. Judgment is coming for you. Y'all, judgment is coming for those in the covens, practicing magic against those that did not deserve it. Judgment. Anubis waits for you. And Anubis says neutrality and duty are called for rather than yielding of one's passions. So he is neutral. He will judge on what you did. He is not going to align himself with anyone. He is just going to judge the situation based on the merits. That is who Anubis is. He's saying he's talking to me about calling for judgment. He's saying you have called for judgment a number of times, and I have judged fairly and accurately. That's what he is saying. And I will continue to judge. He's not going to let things draw out. He doesn't believe in that. He's like, let's get it done, let's get it over. Because of what's going on in the world and the transitions and the changes, there's a lot to be judged. So he's no nonsense. When he judges, some realize they know him from past lives. Their memories are triggered. But that does not matter. He judges on the merits of what must be judged. And that is the truth. Judgment is here for you. It's not coming, it is here. That's a correction from Anubis. I said judgment is coming. Judgment is here. Okay. Vant, caretaker of the lost, respite, assistance, and memory. Did I show? Let me show y'all Anubis one more time. Give him the respect he deserves. Look at what he's wielding. He's not playing. Okay. Vamp, caretaker of the law. She's no joke. She definitely is no joke. Can you see her? Let's see. Right there. Third eye activation going on. There she is. She's holding something in her hand. Let me take a good look. She also she has wings. It looks like a skull in her hand. She does have wings. See? But I don't know that they're angel wings. So she says that she was never angelic. Trying to figure out what she was because she has wings. Okay. Let me see. Mm-mm-mm. Come on. Okay. Caretaker of the lost. The caretaker of the lost, Vamp, guides the dead. So there's another dead card. So 1, 2, this is the third dead card. This is the most I've had in a reading. 3 dead cards. So Vamp guides the dead who become sidetracked or misled to their proper places. And agent of Hades, Mercy, she helps them recall that which they most need to know about themselves to continue. So she is an agent of Hades. Hades is like a dark lord. And sometimes when people leave the planet, Hades will prepare them to be picked up by Chiron or Hadis will enslave them to work for him. So it sounds like Vamp, she works for Hadis because she's at the mercy of Hadis. She helps an agent of Hadis mercy. She helps them, she helps the dead recall what they need to know about themselves to continue on in the afterlife. Benevolent and dedicated Vamp provides that which is most needed at the point where it is most needed. She inspires us to trust those we depend on, and that the tools which will aid us will be there or will be easily found at the critical moment. It is important to rest, to breathe, and not give into panic or fear. So she's saying, don't freak out. When you see her. She helps you to recall what you need to recall so that you can go on to your next point. She is there to assist you in your memory of why you are there, sort of a respite. I'm getting like some kind of a fairy for Vamp, but don't play with her because she will mess you up. So that's 3 death cards on the table. I kind of want to just read this one part again. It says, let me start from here and read it again. So it says, an agent of Hadis's mercy, she helps them recall which they most need to know about themselves to continue on to the afterlife, but benevolent and dedicated. Vamp provides that which is most needed at the point where it is most needed. She provides that which is needed at the point in which it is most needed. She inspires us to trust those we depend on, and that the tools which will aid us will be there. What kind of tools could that be? Wow. Or they will be easily found at the critical moment. It is important to rest, to breathe, and not to give in to panic. So, what's coming when Vamp is going to be helping you? The energy is that of chaos, fear. It's like an utter fear, panic, but it's more of a panic attack, can't breathe. Yeah. Okay, so that's the 3rd death card on the table. Abaddon. His name is Abaddon. Can you see him? He's the overlord of the abyss. Pestilence, corruption, and malice. I believe he walks on this plane and the plane of death. I believe he walks on both planes. Abaddon. There he is. Can you see? That's Abaddon. He is the overlord of the abyss. Let me tell you a little bit about Abaddon. Abaddon is an unknowable alien being, the great devil of the abyss. Abaddon wages eternal war on Marasola, El Shaddai, and the Elohim. The Lord of pestilence and corruption. He is a metadol. How do you say that? I'm thinking like diabolical, but it says methodiacal, thorough destroyer, who nonetheless enjoys using trickery to seduce souls away from El Shaddai and his enemies. Abaddon represents the inclination towards evil in the world, the worst of all instincts and actions. Natural or unnatural. Where other demons and devils encourage in their cruelness out of ego, delusion, or a twisted sense of vengeance, Abaddon knows what he is doing and takes pleasure in evil for its own sake. Abaddon feels that if you walk with him on this plane, you will walk with him on the next. He will be waiting, pacing, looking for souls who walk with him on this plane. You don't realize that you will walk with him on the next, but you will, and he will find you. Interestingly enough, some find El Shaddai first, and they should thank their lucky stars that they do. Gosh, my hair's a mess. But most do not. It is rare. Let's see what the next card is. This is Abaddon. Take a close look. You walk with him now, and he will look for you on the other side. Lady of Mass, the Shaper, reclamation, vanity, surface appearance. This is card 6, Lady of the Mask. You see her there? You see she's got that mask in her hands? Somewhat energy of like a shapeshifter or something. Trying to figure it out. Okay, let me see what I get. Lady of the Mask. Lady of the Mask. Found it. The Shaper. The Lady of the Mask dwells on a vast and desolate plain, dotted with the petrified remains of the dead gods, those who have no faith or worship to animals, I'm sorry, to animate them. I will read that again. The Lady of the Mask dwells on a vast and desolate plain, dotted with the petrified remains of the dead gods. Another dead card. Those who have no faith or worship are worshipers to animate them using the fading remnants of their powers. The fading remnants of their powers. She reshapes the physical appearance of the souls who seek her out for a price. But this charge is pure vanity. I'm sorry, but this change is pure vanity. The changing nothing of who they are at the core, or even how the actual power of Marisola, who sees truly, perceives them. The Lady of the Mask can grant us a costume only. Useful to boast or boost the confidence if it reflects who we are or wish to be. We shall remember whoever that Okay, we should remember, however, that when it comes down to what matters, we are fooling no one. So apparently, the only thing that she can deliver to you is a mask. And with the mask that she can deliver to give you the change, that is vanity only, the outside. Nothing changes on the inside of who you are. And she says, so basically, by the time you get to her, your powers are gone. There's really nothing left. And so you're trying to bargain with her for something, and she can only give you a mask. And you take it and you wear it, but you're fooling no one but yourself. Because really, you haven't changed. You're wearing a mask, but everyone can see through it. She's saying that the powers that be at Mausolea, which is where they all are, can see right through it. So it was all in vain. It was all for nothing. But that's what she will grant you and what she has granted many of you. Mm. Okay. Let me just tune in. I'm asking, like, was this for here on the planet Earth, or is this in the afterlife? She says both. And she's kind of just saying that, you're gone and still you want to look good. And you could ask for anything, but you are so vain. That is what you ask for. I want my hair longer. I'd like my skin to look like blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Quite frankly, it's kind of sad. And I'm going to move on from Lady of the Mask. She says the ones on the planet that are wearing a mask, she said they present, she's telling me how I would know who she has given a mask to. She said they came to you and presented themselves as light. They were never light. It was the mask that I gave them so that you would think they were light. And there were many, and they tried to fool you all with the mask. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So think of all the times that you presented yourself as someone you weren't. She's saying that you got the mask from her. And it was always only a mask to hide your real self. See how she holds the mask? But that's her real self. That's interesting. Mm, 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 mm. All right, I'm moving on to the last and final card, which is the NYX card, Enchantress of the Night, Secrets, Vigilance, and Subterfuge. So she holds the secrets. For thousands and thousands of years, she holds the secret. She has held the secrets of many. And she has started to release the secrets. Little by little, she has released the secrets. And if you look at her cape, you can see how her cape has begun to turn white. And she will continue to release the secrets. More and more secrets she will release until her cape turns fully white. And when it does, she will ascend with the rest of us. Because she holds all of your secrets, she holds nothing of her own. She doesn't judge one way or the other, but she has held the secrets. And now she's releasing them so that she may ascend. So secrets will be revealed. All of your secrets. She is letting them all go. I figure within the next 2 years, all of the secrets will be out. We'll see. But that is the Enchantress of the Night. She holds the secrets, and you can see she is releasing them. And her cape is beginning to turn white. Bum, bum, bum. And that's what that is. You can see the moon in the picture. See the moon, the secrets. The moon hides secrets. So there you go. There you have it. This reading was for the covens. And what is their fate? Death. 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 Secrets revealed. Caretaker of the lost. Removal of the mask. In short, it's a wrap. Thank you for dropping in. I'll be doing another reading soon. Please like and subscribe. Tell a friend.